Alrighty, today we're actually going to be talking about major and minor scales. We're going to be dealing with relative minor scales and the reverse relative major scales. Every major scale has a minor scale lurking within it. The major scale, if we review just a little bit, is made up of whole steps and half steps in the following order. From the first to the second notes we go whole step, half step between the third and fourth notes, and then whole step, whole step, whole step, and then another half step between the seventh and eighth notes. If we were to start on the sixth scale degree, which is E in the key of G, and just go straight up that major scale again, we would have from E to F sharp, whole step, then we have half step between the second and third notes, whole step, half step between the fifth and sixth notes, and then whole step to the seventh note, whole step to the eighth note up from that. So in a sense, or actually in reality, what we're doing is we're building a minor scale. It just depends on which note we're actually emphasizing as the root. So in the key of G, in a major scale, your relative minor is going to be on the sixth note. You start that major scale on the sixth note, you're going to get a minor scale. If you're in a minor scale, say we're playing in G minor, your relative major is going to start on the third note, which in this case will be B flat. Alright, just basically two scales that share the same key signature. One thing that we're going to be doing, this is actually going to be a pretty short lesson, but we're actually going to be analyzing a song off my album Desert Center called Over Pennsylvania. And that song is largely in G major. The majority of the song is this chord progression: measure of G, measure of D, measure of A minor, measure of C major. So we have 1, 4, 5, 2, 4. Alright, very major sounding chord progression. Now, when it gets to the solo, we go E minor, which is the sixth chord, G major, A minor, C. So if you're looking at it in terms relative to the G major, it's 6, 1, 2, and then 4. The way I like to look at it, because really it sounds like we're going into a minor key, is that the E minor is now the 1 chord, G is the 3, A minor is the 4, and then C major is the 6th chord. And it actually takes us away from the G major part of the song. It actually gives us kind of someplace different to go with the solo, because at that point, if we just stayed in G major and I played a guitar solo there, it'd be a pretty boring song. When it gets to the part after the solo, actually we've got E minor, G major, A minor, C major. The last little section of the solo, D, G, G over F sharp,